Hi friends, how are you all? Hope so you're doing well. Today I'm here with an interesting topic of English grammar. English grammar is defined as the body of rules that describe the structure of words, phrases, clauses and sentences in the English language. Whether you have just started learning English or are a native speaker, you need to know the basic rules of the language. Developing a solid foundation in basic English grammar helps you construct sentences correctly and makes it easier to improve both your spoken and written communication skills. In this video, we are going to learn about tense. In grammar, tense is a category that expresses time reference with reference to the moment of speaking. Tenses are usually manifested by the use of specific form of verbs, particularly in their conjugation patterns. Time and tide waits for no man. So, are you all ready to pace up with this time? But before we move on, I would like to request you all to please like my video and share it with your friends if it is worth of it. Many English learners worry too much about tense. If you stopped 100 native English speakers in the street and asked them about tense, one of them might give you an intelligent answer if you were lucky. The other 99 would know little about terms like past perfect or present continuous, and they would know nothing about aspect, voice, or mood. But they can all speak fluent English and communicate effectively. Of course, for ESL, it helps to know about tenses, but don't become obsessed with them. Be like those native speakers. Speak naturally. Some grammarians consider that strictly speaking, there are only two English tenses. Others argue six or other quantities. For the sake of simplicity, learners of English as a foreign or second language are usually taught that, taking into account aspect and future models, there are 12 tenses in English. Tenses can be divided further in past, present, and future. Further, it can be categorized like simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous, simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Further, it is simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. Before we move further in this video, I would like to request all my learners to please go through the definitions of each tenses, as in this video we are going to focus only on the structure of tenses. Before we start on with structure of tenses, let's have a quick recap of verbs. Verbs come in three tenses: past, present, and future. The past is used to describe things that have already happened. For example, earlier in the day, yesterday, last week, or 3 years ago. The present tense is used to describe things that are happening right now or things that are continuous. The future tense describes things that have yet to happen. For example, later, tomorrow, next week, next year, 3 years from now. Always remember, verb plays an important part in framing of a sentence. Verb is the word which shows an action in the sentence. Without verb, we can't frame a meaningful sentence. Here are few examples of verb which change its form as per the tense. Verbs plays an important part in framing a meaningful sentence. So let's not forget this important part. Hence, we will start with learning how to place the correct form of verbs in their correct rows. Let's start with the bottom row first. It's perfect continuous. We will have the V4 form, that is the ing form of verb for this row. Next, we will come up with the third row, that is the perfect. We will have the V3 form for this row, that is the en form. For example, written, eaten, etc. Next, it comes with continuous, that is the second row. Here also we will place V4 form, that is the ing form of the verb. For example, playing, writing, etc. V2 appears only once in the whole table, and that is in simple past. What remains is V1. It will be there with simple present and simple future. Don't forget guys, in simple present, along with V1, that is the base form of verb, we use S or ES. Here comes the interesting part of this video, and that is narrating a story. Yes, you got it right, narrating a story on friendship. This story is about B and its friends. Is, am, are, was and were. B always loved to view its future, whereas am is are always believe in their present, whereas was and were are the past stories. Let me tell you where to use this be, is, am, are and was, were. Be is always used with future tense, whereas is, am, are is used with present and was and were are used with past. Now you must be getting confused. If is, am, are used with present, how we can understand where to use which one? Let me simplify that too. Am. It is used with the pronoun I. Is. Is always used with he, she, it or singular noun. For example, a name of a person like Ria. Are. Are is always used with we, you, they or plural noun. For example, students. Was. Was is always used with he, she, it or singular noun. For example, the name of a person like Raj. Here comes were. It is always used with we, you, they or plural noun. For example, girls. Be and its friend is, am, are and was, were appears in the second row of this tense chart, that is in the continuous form. Was and were, we use it for past. Is, am, are, we use it for present. And be for future. Moving further, we have, has and had. Let's see where to place these words in our tense chart. Let's focus on the third row of this chart, that is the perfect tense. We use had for past perfect tense. For example, I had written a letter. We use have or has for present perfect tense. Have always follows pronoun like I. Has always follows pronoun like he or she. For example, I have eaten my lunch. He has eaten his lunch. We use have along with will or shall for future perfect tense. Once we have done with perfect tense, it becomes quite simple for perfect continuous tense because we have to just use being along with the words that we had used for perfect tense. For example, like in past perfect continuous tense, we will use being along with had. For present continuous tense, we will use being for have or has. For future perfect continuous tense, we will use being with will or shall plus have. Now our chart appears quite completed. But wait, it's still something is still missing. Let's find out what. Oh, this is what we were missing. The subject and the object. The subject is the person doing the activity. On the other hand, the object is the thing on which activity is being done. For example, I purchased a laptop. Here in this sentence, I is the subject. Purchased is the activity, that is the verb, and a laptop is the object. This is how the complete chart looks like once we have completed the placing of subject and object. I hope so that it was an interesting and easy part to understand where to place the correct form of verb, then the helping verbs, and finally the subject and object in the sentence. You can pause the video over here and you can take down all the 12 structures of tenses, and now you are ready to frame the meaningful and the correct sentences using these structures. I tried keeping this video quite simple for you to understand. Don't worry, regular practice can help you to come up with your fear of speaking English. Very soon, I will be uploading another video in which we will come up with simple techniques of speaking English. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to please share, comment and like my video. Once again, thank you all for watching this video. Bye and have a nice day ahead.